Hey, howdy, and how's it going, everybody? More Kryoz is here. I know you're probably looking at my hair and thinking, wow, that's some nice looking hair, but why is it in your face? I'm kind of curious about that. How about you mind your own fucking business? But here's the reason. I want to cut my bangs off, but they weren't annoying me quite enough, so I'm like trying to put them in my face, so eventually I'll get tired of being like, ugh, and I'll just go and cut them all off. I could even, because based on what we're doing today, you know, we're rating old school TV shows, so I could put my emo hair back on, but I won't because it is not the 2000s anymore. But some of these shows are. But we have a long list. This was like the biggest list I could find. Obviously, just glancing at these, I don't know every single cartoon. I was like half a second away from calling them animes, which, you know, if they were in Japan, they would be. I mean, kind of close. Like Japan, it's like over here in America. I mean, I guess the world is round, so you know. How far away is Japan? Because I know, like the same was like, oh, if you just dig a hole straight down, you'll end up in China. But what angle do you have to dig in to get to Japan? That's what I'm curious about. I mean, we're starting off with a heater here. I loved Adventure Time. I thought it was great. I definitely wasn't one of like the hardcore Adventure Time watchers that like was obsessed with it, but I watched it and I appreciated it for exactly what it was. A good cartoon that was pretty funny and it kept my attention. So I would say for now, that goes up in the elite. It's weird because like at the time it was really, really cool. I was like, holy shit, all the Rugrats are older. That's crazy. But I think looking back, it was kind of a dog shit show. But I also had a dumb little child brain at the time, so I could barely think anyways. Because I thought it was cool because like at the time that they all grew up was like, that was the time that like I was in that moment, I think as well. Actually, did they go to middle school or high school when they went growing up? I don't remember. I'll put it in mid. Do you ever made this tier list? Decent and mid are sort of the same thing, I would say. We'll rename this one below mid. And then this one mid. Because like also keep in mind, this is just like almost literally in the middle. So I don't know, make up your mind. American Dragon Jake Long. Is that what this was called? Yeah. It's hard to read the thing on it. But I watched this. I'll admit it. I'm not proud of it. Am I proud of it? Maybe a little bit. No, I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm proud. I think I enjoyed it, so I'll put it in good, because I think Angry Beavers, one of my all-time favorites. I don't have Avatar, Avengers, don't watch, didn't care, especially the didn't care. I mean, maybe back in the day it was probably better, but man, superhero movies are so annoying. Like, who the fuck cares about superhero movies so much? Not me, I'll tell you that much. Backyard barn, barnyard, Back at the Barnyard, that's what it was called. I know I watched it. Was this a show or, because I feel like there was a show and a movie of this. But I might be an idiot, but maybe I'm not because it says Back at the Barnyard. So maybe there was a barnyard and then they made a show of it. And I mean, I'm literally online right now. I could just do a simple Back at the Barnyard Google search. Back at the Barnyard is an American CGI animated television based on this 2006 film Barnyard. See, I'm pretty sure I watched Barnyard, not Back at the Barnyard. So with that being said, don't watch, don't care. Batman, I don't know which one this is, but the splash art looks cool, so that goes in mid. Batman Beyond mid, if you ask me. But no, I seriously don't watch it. I don't think the splash art is quite as cool. Ben 10, okay, there. I just saw there's three. I watched some Ben 10. I don't know which one it was, man. I'm gonna put this in good, but I'm gonna move this down to like below mid because I don't know. I think putting Ben 10 and American Dragon Jake Long in the same category just feels a bit taboo. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, that's an elite tier right there. I heard of this show, but I never watched it. Breadwinners, never even heard of that show. Camp Laszlo, I watched some. I think it was a fairly decent show. Cat Dog, I think Cat Dog was great personally. Cat Scratch, I remember this show as well, but I don't remember ever watching it. I mean, I remember watching it, but I don't. Holy shit, Chalk Zone. I have not seen or even heard of Chalk Zone in years, dude. I don't remember how the show actually was, but I think the concept of it was cool, so I'm gonna put it in great. Well, I'll put it in good. Chowder, I feel like was one of those more deranged cartoons, but it was like right in that sort of transition period where like cartoons just got shit, and I feel like this was like a couple before it really just turned to trash. So I know they have Chowder. Do they have Gumball on here? Because Gumball, it's fantastic. How do you not have The Wonderful World of Gumball? Is that what it was called? I don't remember. Or am I blind? I would say Chowder. I can't say it's great because I was never like, because it was at the time where like cartoons were sort of winding down for me. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's cool, but I'd rather watch porn. Codename Kids Next Door. I mean, do I remember much of the show? No, but I was hyped as hell for that show when it came on, dude. Courage the Cowardly Dog. an actual elite class. I'm actually going to move this one up above Kids Next Door. Cow and Chicken. I'll be honest, watched a little bit of it. My mom saw it. She said, don't watch that. Danny Phantom. I think that matches with Ben 10. Hell, they're literally in the same pose. Wow, Dave the Barbarian. I forgot about this show. It was stupid as hell. It was bad, but in like a good way. Like the show sucked, but it was kind of like, well, at least they tried. I'm gonna have to put it below mid. Dragon Ball Z, trash anime, don't watch it. Dexter's Laboratory. Literally, I say laboratory every single time unless I'm reading Dexter's Laboratory. Then I say it laboratory. It's an elite one though. Doug, I wasn't a huge fan of Doug. I'm personally going to put it in mid because I'm not a huge fan of Doug, but I think it was better than all these shows. Also, I feel like I should just move this Batman. I don't know if it's I watched a lot of shows just sort of as they came on because that's how TV worked. You were just like, I'm gonna watch TV for a bit, and you kind of got surprised with what you're gonna get, unless you had a TV Guide pamphlet. You're like, oh, okay, cool. Ed, and Eddie, that's an elite class. I have no idea what that is. Movie of this? A show? Unless does that say group? It looks like it says school. I'm probably just gonna put it as bad because it probably was. Fairly Odd Parents, that's an elite. Fanboy and Chum Chum, honestly, that's actually bad. That show is trash. I'll move Emperor up just because at least it was based off something good. Another show I forgot about. I think I watched this one quite a bit. I don't know if it was good once again, but I think it deserves at least a mid. Wait, I don't think this is the one I think it is. No, wait, is it? What was this called? I watched a little bit of this. I don't say Flapjack. That's what it was. Right. It literally says right there. I don't know how. Dude. Great show. What was it called? No, I almost said Grim Adventures. It's dude, it was just in my head, man. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Boom. Freakazoid. I never watched this one. Gargoyles. Dude, I love this show. I forgot about it. I don't know anything that happened, and I just thought gargoyles were fucking sad. Something about a ginger. No thanks. Oh, they have Gumball. I Am Blind. Cool. I didn't watch much Gravity Falls. It was sort of in a time where I just wasn't watching much TV, but I've heard great things about it. But with that being said, I still haven't watched it. Now, Gumball. I didn't watch this a lot, but every time I did, it was a treat. I think Gumball is underrated. Like, there's so many good, like, actual grown-up jokes in there. It's wonderful. Speaking of grown-up jokes, Hey Arnold, they never grew up. They all got murdered in 9/11. I mean, look, nostalgia is bringing in some heavy points here, okay? Are any of these shows, if I went back and watched them now, would they still be good? Yes, Avatar was great. I've watched it recently. Ed, and Eddie probably still hits. Gumball, yeah, it's not that old. I Am Weasel. This looks like it was animated by the same people that animated Ren and Stimpy, definitely around that time. I think I ever watched Adventures of Jimmy Neutron. Look, nostalgia's hitting. Johnny Bravo. Fuck, dude, I used to watch Johnny Bravo all the time. Oh, now the worst version of Johnny Test. It was a bad show in my opinion, but I still watched it. Kick Buttowski, sort of forgot about this one, but I'd have to imagine it was kind of bad. Kim Possible. That's a great. I thought the show was awesome, but I don't think it holds quite as much nostalgia for me. Legend of Korra, not quite as good as the original Avatar. Was it bad? One of the seasons was. What was it? I think it was the first season. Korra's just not as cool as Aang was. Like, honestly, it's a matter of fact, really. She was kind of a selfish bitch, low-key. Was she a good Avatar? I mean, probably she had to be. She was the only one that could be, so she's an Avatar regardless. Plus, she has all the experiences of the past Avatars, and Aang was in there, and Aang was a sick. So it's like, I still like it, but when I'm comparing it to the masterpiece that is Avatar, like, I don't know, there needs to be a space between them just so people really know. Lilo and Stitch. I'm assuming this is the movie, and if so, that's a great. If it's an animated series, they made an animated series? What? Looney Tunes? Top tier for me, baby. Don't even know what this is. Naruto, honestly, I was gonna watch it, but no, I wasn't. Why the fuck would I want to watch a show that's 83% filler? Fuck you, Naruto. One Piece for life, pussy. Gintama for life, pussy. They're cooler ninjas in Gintama than you are in Naruto, except Broccoli. When he dropped the weights off his hands, that was dope. I don't think this is the Osmosis Jones show or a movie. I think this is a show, and I'm just gonna have to assume it's dog shit. Phineas and Ferb. This one's a battle for me. Do I want to put it in great or elite? Because like Phineas and Ferb are sick, right? I mean, were they adopted? I don't remember I don't really know. All I know is whenever Phineas came out, he definitely caused some vaginal tearing because damn that motherfucker pointy. I guess I'll put it in great. I didn't watch all of Pokemon, but it was definitely up there. But just because I didn't watch it all, it's going to be in great. Powerpuff Girls Elite. I'm sorry if I don't say that, they're going to kick my ass. Proud Family. I like the Proud Family, but man, it's been ages since I've remembered that show. I definitely watched it a fair amount. I would say I don't know if I would quite put it in great because I feel like when I see all these things on great, although with that, I'm assuming this is still the movie. If that Lilo and Stitch is not the movie and it's actually a series, first of all, I didn't even know they did a series, so that's my fault. But second of all, that's the movie rating, okay? I guess I see why you had like great, good, decent, mid, bad. Because, like, I don't want to say Proud Family was mid. Like, I'd rather say it's decent. So I'm going to change this back to decent. You know, whoever made this tier list, great titling. I think you're really ahead of the curve on that one. And I think these all still belong in mid. And these probably still all belong in bad. Real Monsters. I watched the show sometimes. It was kind of cool. But it didn't really hold my attention all too well. I think the monsters are cool, like how they're actually drawn, but I'll probably have to put that in a decent. Recess. I remember Recess quite a bit. I think that'll be in a good regular show. I liked regular show. Shout out Mordecai and Rigby. Ren and Stimpy. What a weird show. This was another cow and chicken type thing where my parents were like, no. But I did watch this one more than Cow Chicken. Even though Mama had a chicken, Daddy had a cow. I don't remember Ren and Stimpy's intro, so arguably I would have to put that in this one. I'll put it in decent, just with Real Monsters. Holy shit. Robot Jones. This is one that was way back in my head. I forgot about this show. I don't remember anything that happened. I just remember seeing Rocket Power Elite, Rocko's Modern Life, another pretty weird show. I watched this one more. I'll have to put it in gray just because it's pretty good. Rugrats. Wait, is this? Yeah, normal Rugrats. That's elite. Samurai Jack, that's elite. I saw this one a little bit. It was kind of shit, I think. Maybe I didn't watch it enough. I'll just put in didn't watch enough. We got some Scooby-Doo. What the fuck is this show? Why does this dude have SMS on his hat? Like, what? I don't know which Scooby-Doo is which. I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo, but once again, it was at a point where my brain wasn't quite developed enough to really know the difference between them or to really know the difference between what is good and bad writing, etc., etc. You know, I was there. I was like, hey, yo, Shaggy and Scooby, you know, they break off, they eat some food, they find the bad guy, they get scared, they run away. So I don't know which one I'm going to rate, but I like this thumbnail more and it has Shaggy and Scooby. But Scooby-Doo in general, maybe not so much as like the movies and the later stuff. Scooby-Doo is a pretty elite up there for me. This one, I have no idea what the fuck it even is or what it could even be. I didn't watch this much, but I always remember seeing this on before I fell asleep. Spider-Man. Once again, I don't know which Spider-Mans these are. I mean, I know obviously it's the animated series, right? But like, I'm just going to say I didn't watch. Look, I don't know. Like, was it Tobey Maguire? No, don't care. You know what I mean? Is that even his name? SpongeBob SquarePants. Once again, assuming that's the show and we're not going past too many seasons. Steven Universe. I watched it a little bit. The ones I watched were decent. I think it has a good, like, what's the word for it? Like, what's the word? It's like it's a good message. It's a good, I don't know. Tack. I forgot about this show too. I don't remember any part of that show. Teen Titans. It's not Go, which makes it elite, baby. You know what? I'm moving this up right behind Avatar. Teen Titans, non-Go, so good, man. Then all of a sudden they start put Teen Titan Go, and they're stupid little dumb fuck idiots that don't even. Did they even fight crime in the fucking I don't even know, dude. If I saw Robin in real life, I'd beat that fucker's ass. Not Cyborg though. He beat my ass. And then Raven and Starfire would be like, hi. I didn't really watch a lot of superheroes. Like, I've never been a big fan of superheroes. I thought a couple were cool, but nothing crazy. Tag, didn't watch. My Life as a Teenage Robot. I think that might have to be put up in the elite. Definitely carried by nostalgia a little bit. Loud House. I don't remember watching this. I remember seeing this, but I don't remember watching it. Same with Replacements. I can't remember any of it. This just says X. No. Total Drama Island. I think that's a pretty great show. Wait, wasn't there was Total Drama Island and then they were in like a mall. What was that one called? What was the one called when they were all like in a mall? It was, I swear they were just always at a food court and they had like one or two friends that worked there. And maybe it was like a juice bar or something. What was that show? Was that 16? Like the number 16? I think that's what it was. I can't remember though. Totally Spies. I watched this a little bit, but I think I mostly watched this when my sisters got the remote first. So bad because fuck you guys. Puppy. I don't know what it is, but it's probably bad. Uncle Grandpa. I saw a little bit of this. It gives me, Flapjack type vibes. Never watched it. Wild Thornberries. That's another elite hitter. I think Invader Zim is iconic. Not necessarily for how good the show was, but for how good the characters were written in the show. And you know what? Just for fun, I'm gonna have to put it in elite. Otherwise, Invader Zim is probably gonna find me. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched some of it, but I was definitely more into Pokemon at that point. What a shit list, huh? There's a lot of things in here that I just straight up forgot about. I mean, the Proud Family was sort of like that one. Camp Lazlo, I honestly straight up forgot about. Flapjack has always like been it's been like burned into the back of my head just because it was one of those shows that like I saw, I was like, this is fucking weird. Oh yeah, Gargoyles, that's what it was. Dude, honestly, that show could have probably just been like highly drawn, flashing gargoyles on scary nights, and that's all I remember, and I still like it. So I don't know what that means for me. Probably a little bit blamed up in here, but let me know what you guys think. Obviously, there's a lot of damn shows on here, so you know, you don't have to let me know all of them. But if you had to pick 5 of your favorite shows, cartoons, when you were growing up, let me know down in the comments what they are. Obviously, you see mine. If I had to reduce this list, wow, this is harder than I thought. Angry Beavers, Avatar, Gargoyle, Ed, and Eddie. Man, this is going quicker than I thought. This 5th one's gonna be tough. I think I might pick Johnny Bravo just because. But yeah, I think that's kind of my list. This all looks pretty solid. There might be some things, especially in like these middle areas, that I would swap around a little bit here and there. Maybe if I got like, you know, a little bit of a